Welcome guys to Battle of Africa Quali stage. We will have China A playing against the Dreamers, consisting of Lan, FedEx and Eddie. The winner is out of the tournament, will not be able to participate. The winner advances and plays for the last two remaining spots to go into the top 8 and into the Swiss system. Let's jump into game number 1 here. It will be played on Arabia. We have Eddie having this Spanish civilization, Lan, his teammate with the Frank pocket, walling quite a bit. And on the south we have FedEx playing the Magyars, and it seems like they aren't using TeamSpeak here. Everyone who's new to this format, we have a big draft system, so we won't have any civilization repeated this whole best of 5 series. And we will take a look at the remaining civs in between games. Oh, the elephant! And we came right in time to witness that. Obviously, Battle of Africa, we have elephants instead of boars, and they are a bit more hungry than the boars. And getting the first kill, great job. We have the Indians pocket here for CL. That's obviously a beautiful, beautiful thing, especially against the other Frank. And we have Berber's flank here for Tim, probably the star players of this series. Let's take a look what FedEx will be up to. This could go triple scouts. This could also go into some sweet team walls here. Maybe Eddie is also just playing this fast castle and trying to go for some Kongs and waiting for Lan to go for scouts. Seems like he's trying to do exactly that. The only player not up so far is Mr. Eddie and Mr. FedEx, who is playing Pop 22 here as it seems. The rest played Pop 21. Pretty sharp stuff by all of them so far, and this I would think could be a forward from TaToH. And yeah, the other 4 players might go into scouts here. We'll see about that. Eddie completing his vault, and he will indeed go for the conquistadors. Pretty sexy stuff for him. Not the most ideal villager distribution on the wood line here though. And well, we'll see what Tim will go for, but as I said, most likely we will have double scouts and 1 forward out of the Chinese, double scouts and 1 player going for conquistadors here for our dreamers. And yeah, they are dreaming about a lot of conquistadors. Forward with -1 villager. Well, it's a bit how the civs are set as well. It's not that big of a problem. If 2 players are coming over, oh, FedEx actually might lose a villager here. That's not very clever by him. 15 HP, another 24 HP villager here out on the open. He's not really housed, but would love to get there. Probably needs to build an early spearman and runs into, oh, even some hits over here. That's not a great start for FedEx. Let's take a look. Are we seeing bridges on gold or stone by TaToH? No. So that will be just a spearman skirm aggression. Something we don't see every day anymore. Double castle age Kongs incoming. Wouldn't that be the dream, guys, of the dreamers? FedEx, defensive tower around, but without any army and only with 3 villagers, that's not the greatest option ever. And that is a strong aggression here by TaToH. Probably, I might say, my favorite player to watch. He's just relentless aggression, super in your face every single game. And yeah, he's probably the Chinese Spring, I would say. Only better. But very one-dimensional when it comes to strategies, and yeah, beautiful to watch. And he will be the guy who will stay the longest in feudal age in this whole series. At least that's kind of my prediction. Compared to the guy who just walls and lets his teammate die. could have been his tournament. Let your teammate die. Oh god, what is he doing with those villagers? Trying to move out. Some quick walls here by StrayDog. Blocking himself quite a bit, but that's going to be a tough one. One archer out there as well with 8 HP, and they are doing quite some damage. And Britons, the tower will go up. Some spearmen are still out, and those scouts won't do much. And now the rest of the army should come over. What is Lan doing, and why are the scouts of CL not exactly over here? Oh, this feels like StrayDog underproduced 1 or 2 spearmen or didn't micro them properly. Something like that. Let's take a look how this continues. Already switching onto gold is Mr. CL. Some big, oh, even stone team walls here by the Chinese. Chinese walls recreated here. And well, FedEx. Some small losses. Look at that. KD 1001, 1000. And those two, 7-13, 12-8, they are really going ham against each other. Eddie on the way to Castle Age. Let's take a look what he will be able to do. Especially because I can only see some palisade walls here out of our Indian pocket. So the stone walls of Tim won't really sell for his team, only himself. Quick walls are going to be real. And... Oh, nice block here, and the scout's not really fighting back. Now focusing down 1 villager, and it seems like popped or 21 villagers. He is 10 villagers behind already here against his direct enemy, Mr. StrayDog. Not the greatest start for him, and loses more villagers if Tim focuses correctly. He is not for now. Not the greatest start. StrayDog actually losing some villagers at home as well. Failed his team walls. And now trying to squeeze in. Lan is actually waiting for him. Oh, and now he's going in. I'm not 100% sure if that's the best option. 4 more scouts coming from the top, though. He's just trying to hold the gate open. Tries to lure out some more villagers. Oh god, wanted to go in. And that's not the greatest crisis management here by StrayDog. Sending some spearmen back home, but didn't lose any villagers. So that's a good start for him. Or at least a good result for him. I love how Eddie walls himself even from Lan. Well, if you have no trust in your teammates, that's what you do. Oh, CL even sending some spearmen over. Isn't that great team play? Gets 1 kill, gets 1 hit. Still has a spearman at home. Now trying to get onto Castle Age as well. Next aggressive tower here by Mr. StrayDog. And FedEx? Oh, interesting farm. Could have seen that farm over here as well. We'll see. Tim, some losses as well. Now going on to stone as well. Is he maybe going for camel archers? Could be somewhat of a soft counter against the conquistadors. Obviously, if you are heavily outnumbered, it still isn't really helping you out. And now on the way to Castle Age, so is Tim. So it's still only StrayDog and FedEx pretty far behind. We will follow closely what Eddie is going to do. He isn't even going full Kongs. He did the second wood upgrade, is adding a TC. And yeah, no bloodlines out of him, no defense upgrades as well. And oh, now getting the big, oh, giving the big sling. 68 stone towards Mr. FedEx, who can now build a big wall as well. And maybe a second defensive tower, if he so desires. Only 1 village on stone. And Tim is going double archery range. Is that janitors? Oh, interesting. Conquistadors going over to StrayDog. I believe that's a very best choice. Oh, those scouts, can they do some damage against CL? Looks like it. Should snipe 1 or 2 villagers. Lan, why is he not getting any kills there? That's not the greatest stuff. Ay, 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 ay. Where are the Kongs? Eddie with 3 kills here. Well, if only 1 scout, right? So that's pure efficiency. That 1 scout is a hero at the moment. If every unit of Dreamers would be as efficient as Eddie's 1 scout, it would be in a way better spot. Conquistadors getting 2 kills, should get like 5-6 kills at least. Ay, miss-microing here as well. Miss-microing heavily. Absolutely must not lose. That Conquistador needs to split them up as well. Let's take a look. Is there any army for TaToH to attack that? Not really. Sending some home now. Villagers are idle. I believe Eddie should really split his army. But then again, fighting against camels could be a bit tougher. Ay, grouping up 7 Conquistadors in his castle. That's way too much. You need to have them out on the map here. Eddie, the arena player number 1, super successful in the last Masters of... Oh, wait, no. Okay, then... Yeah, still one of the highest rated player ever. Playing only arena. Is creating his own arena quite nicely here. A bit housed, now going for horse color. And... yeah, we'll lose at least that Kong, but is now gearing up for the next attack. Tim with BoA CA. Well, he's going for the Janitors indeed. Husbandry Ballistics only waiting for +2 attacks. TaToH even up. And FedEx is going for the sling. Interesting, going for coinage. And that's going to be tough. Only 2 towers, not really walled. FedEx will really pressure him, I believe. That will be interesting. CL now going for the basically +3 defense. Oh, and Eddie without any upgrades. Those are not the greatest fights for him. Castle somewhat helping out. Where are his Kongs? At least getting some kills out here. And let's take a look. Eddie squeezing through, should get all kills. And the last one. Okay, all makes sense. Same time, Tim, some aggression. And Eddie. Quite a bit of floating resources there. Has a 30C though. No idea how he got through. Did he just re-wall? Probably he did. Trying to go for some more raids, but in the meantime, Tim completely re-booming. CL already on 40 C's Indian pocket here. That will be quite enormous as well. I have no idea what land can really do to fight that off. Who is now going for market, and the sling still goes on to Eddie, who doesn't even have a second castle yet. Tim with the BoA CA, something we don't see every day. I think Cam Archers could have been a good option, maybe just Janitors as well. But, well, maybe thinks he wanted to have the nice production rolling for him and the damage output as well. And then obviously you have to go for CA, so kind of makes a lot of sense. Defensive tower by TaToH. Something I actually like. It's a very likely spot to get raided over and over again. So that could help out. Land going for husbandry now, still no +2 defense for him. Let's take a look at his eco. 73 villagers, same as the other pocket. Only small advantage is Eddie having some more villagers, but well, FedEx will be in some troubles pretty soon when he's still in feudal age and slinging and is getting a siege push in his face. The other time, what can the Dreamer team really put on the map to fight off an Indian player who's just heavy booming, going for only camels, and now even on the way to Imperial Age? This is going to get very tricky. Eddie should focus on him as well, maybe not instantly, but Land up to Imperial Age as well. But that will be Cavaliers against Camels. Or Heavy Camels and Imperial Camels against Paladins. Not the juiciest thing ever. What could be the juiciest thing ever is if Tim sees this and denies this castle from going up, but he forces or just chooses to go for another path. Trying to pressure the farm eco here a bit, and wheelbarrow for Eddie only now at 84 villagers. Way too late, as we all know. Okay, sniping some villagers down now. I believe this should get rewalled though. I think he should have kept 1 or 2 Kongs around here, but that will be some nice harassment for sure. We'll get some kills, but, well, even if CL loses 10, won't really stop his production that much. Conquistadors trying to defend against the CA, which are trying to run in nice quick walls here. Getting some shots done, but also losing quite a lot of HP on those Kongs, and even some villagers need to micro back a bit more. The TC doing massive amount of damage though. Nice hold by Eddie. Conquistadors now need to run in, and this is kind of walled. You can still squeeze through, but would run through another TC again. Eddie now on the way to Imperial Age as well. What is Tim up to? He's still going for the CA. Should trade off against the Conquistadors, which are still lacking the +2 defense. Not 100% sure if I like that, but now are clearing all those CA up. Nice job. Let's take a look. Is Eddie trying to squeeze through? Oh, it doesn't really look like it, but look at that beautiful stuff. CL is sending all his camels back. Now the CA are coming over as well. Eddie has a nice position though. Let's take a look. Camels from the back need to fight pretty well, and they get a nice wraparound. And that's not the greatest micro here by Lan and Eddie. Fighting on the TC now as well. The Camels got a nice surface area, and this will get cleared up. Eddie is trying to go for some more villager kills, but does that really matter? I'm not 100% sure. FedEx at the same time, 45 for him, doing the bad sling. Even lost quite a bit of villagers here. And yeah, just throwing away mass resources by his bad sling. And yeah. CA choice was so odd. Well, just think about it. CA in general now in Warrior Kingdoms are way cheaper. So I think they're heavily underbuilt still from all AOC players. Okay, we have Cavaliers out now. Let's take a look at CL's resources. Oh, Imperial Camels are around the corner as well. And yeah, in Warrior Kingdoms, Paladins kind of got weaker because we now have so many good camel civs out. We have the Indians, which are pretty amazing. Malians have pretty strong camels as well. And Berbers. Oh, Kongs could get some damage done over here though. And that won't be what. And we indeed see Imperial Camel and Paladin upgrade at the same time. Nice denial of that house wall. And Lan will not get any kills in. Even some pikemen helping out to defend himself here. Conquistadors, what can they really do? And oh, camel archers now for Tim as well, and he's going for more and more stone. So we'll switch on to his favorite unit of the Berbers. Conquistadors are getting a nice spot here, blocking some farms, but also in between 3 TCs here. Venitors, well, they don't really have the greatest damage output, right? Cavaliers trying to find better and better engagement. All those rams actually got denied. Sweet defense here by the Dreamers. But now Eddie should run into the next castle, and therefore his dreams of the most successful raid of all times will probably end pretty soon. I don't like that Tim is sending his units in 1 by 1, but in the end the clear up is real. Let's take a look and an update on those Cavaliers. Oh, they won't be doing too much, and at the same time FedEx now trying to go for fletching, trying to do some more damage with his towers, but honestly, against the +5 defense Imperial Camels, that's not the greatest thing ever. FedEx will lose his TC here in Feudal Age, so maybe I'll take this back, with Straight Up being the guy who's longest in Feudal Age, because obviously FedEx already, yeah, banked up solid 30 to 35 minutes in this game. Now Tim going for lead camera artist, going for chemistry. That will be a deadly army as well to fight off what Eddie has, and will be the perfect counter here. The Imperial Camels will be the perfect counter against the Paladins. This looks pretty solid for our Chinese team. China A. Also don't forget that we still have China SY in this tournament as well, consisting of Vivi, Mr. Yo, Lux and Paladin. So two very strong Chinese teams here, which are both kind of underdog contestants to get into top 4. And yeah, those Imperial Camels are not getting stopped, and the army of Tim was too strong as well in the long run. We lost FedEx quite early on in this game, and therefore this is the first game for our China A team here with a 1-0 lead for them, putting themselves in a better and better situation to maybe get into the Swiss format of this tournament. Felix resigning before being defeated. Maybe that was his main goal. $5K slung, 24.1K received. The end of FedEx was at top 3, so that was actually really close with those 3 villagers, and he only had houses, so indeed this would have been the defeat in a very short time. Can you link to that, please? You can always go on RiuT, how's it called? RiuT.cm.net for the future, and you can always watch it there. But we will obviously now talk about the civilizations and what could be coming up. And we are out of Indians, out of Berbers, and out of Britons. So strong civilizations already gone for China A. And we are out of Franks, out of Spanish, and Magyars was FedEx, I believe. So both kind of wasted, invested their top 2 pick and one of the mid-tier picks. And now we are, I believe, going into Dust or Steppe. It's pretty random. So see quite a bit of stuff.
Yes.
Yes. Oi. You don't have the map right. Ay, 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 ay.
Start the game already!
Ay, 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 ay. Okay, how do I turn off the taunts? It's in normal Ruby, right? Settings, alerts and sounds. Lobby. Okay, that should be better now. Nice play by two, much and see today. Don't really agree, but still thanks. Million top is the same today. Am I? Oh god, Memp is now hosting the game. and sending them all the maps. Maybe they ban TaToH now. Mem takes over. Mem team captain. That's why they only signed up 3 out of 4 people. Everyone apart from Liereyy with 10 and Skittle played well. Shit. Any gaming plan? Well, you can see the schedule on the right hand side. You can see the lobby on the left hand side. And soon we will jump into game number 2 of the series. Play 2. I played this morning. At the moment we are casting games here. I don't like my hair today. I didn't shower today. Sick. I'm not sure if I can squeeze it in at some point. DZ gave walkover, didn't they? Yes. And they gave a lot of... China A is SY? No. Enjoy Rogan Wololo. What shift do you predict this game? It's super random to go for predictions now. I don't even know the map. It's dust. Okay. Just very random, honestly. I think everyone who comes up with good predictions here just had good luck. I'd say on dust we could see Mongols, Huns, and Slavs. Maybe from the Dreamers. Maybe Teutons. Yeah. On the other side we see... Tough one. I'd pick Vikings, Malians, and Koreans. Maybe. Yeah, something like that. Do we need the axis to be bigger, by the way? Or is the size fine? I believe there are no berries on dust. But Franks are already picked. China A, not China A. Well, they signed up without a base there. And I wrote it on the right hand side without a space as well. The real prediction, which minute will Eddie be feeling bored? I think that will be tough for him. But if someone makes it happen, it's him. No berries maybe make scouts less appealing? Maybe. Don't forget to May War first. That's true. 4th place finisher of Masters of Arena. Calculate 50 seconds. No one's casting VNS versus North America. Well, we will cast the Rex afterwards. What is the tournament? It's called Battle of Africa 3v3 tournament. and we are in the qualifying day today. So tomorrow. Oh, never Ming. Okay, never Ming then. Nice to see Eddie is pocket walling off his teammates. Wouldn't that be great? Okay guys, let's jump on to DauT. Game number 2 here. After quite a convincing performance of China A, they look pretty strong to take the show serious. We now have Eddie playing the Japanese flank. The pocket will be FedEx with the Incas. Pretty unfortunate spot for them. Maybe could think about calling a reset here. And Lan is playing the Huns. On the other side, we have Viking TaToH. We have Persians for CL and Mayans for Tim. Perfect distribution here for China A. And probably worst positioning for our Dreamers. I think they should call a restart here. Back delay at the moment is, well, like 0. It's only 8 minutes if you are casting your point of view. If you want to share your thoughts about that rule, go to AoE zone. Did I just hear the elephant sound without clicking on it? Funny. Okay. He's making noise without me calling for him. And this won't be a restart. Interesting stuff. I think I should have restarted this. Let's see how FedEx is playing this out of the pocket position. Quite interesting for sure. Uh-oh. That was a late pullback. Luckily he's very close to the TC. Third hit is coming in. Fourth hit, we need to jump into the TC. Did lose a villager in the game before. Was TaToH on the other side. That was, oh, and again. So great preparation by him, knowing that the elephants did change from the boars. And well, that's 2 for 2. Oh, yeah, and that boar is that elephant isn't super close as well. Ay. Liereyy, please. What? Even top players lose wills to boar. Do they? I mean, Troop. Troop a top player now, officially? And 95% that's a TaToH forward. Well, Vikings, 3 on wood. Maybe. Persian pocket kind of helps out as well. Take a look. Whoa! What happened here? Oh, it's just attacking another villager. 7 HP on that one, trying to jump in. Oh god, that would be the greatest. Ay. Okay. So, that's, well, not really efficient. Ay. Okay, let's take a look over here. Okay, that looks a bit better. And we actually have TaToH -2. He lost his scout against Lan here. Interesting start by TaToH again. What did he see? Let's take a look. Try to figure out. Well, actually, he just went through the TC and didn't micro at all and just camped him here. And now might lose the villager over here. 10 HP on that one. 4 more hits needed. Lan, is he committing to this? Not really. No quick wards. Oh, there are quick wards now. Okay. Oh, yeah. This map is hard for wallers. Yes, it is. That's why I predicted very aggressive civilizations. I'm actually not even a fan. MBL AOE or AOC even hosting. Thank you so much. At the moment we are casting China A against Dreamers, consisting of FedEx, Eddie, and Lan. The score is 1-0, and we are playing DauT in Arabia-like map with very small forests only and no hills at all. Civilizations are visible here at the left-hand side corner. MBL AOE. Guys, well, he plays AOE as well, not only AOC. He's not that limited. 6 players on the way to feudal age, so we will see some aggression. And FedEx now sending 4 villagers on stone. That will be too late. Honestly, guys. That will be a tower rush out of the pocket position and probably towards Tim, though. I like that. So Eddie will go for scouts. Still has his spears down here, yes. We will have the aggression by Mr. Lan, who is playing this completely blind and running into 2 lions as well. But will survive most likely here, yeah. So that's no problem. Yeah, what a weird game for him. And I think FedEx will be late. I think he sent his villagers way too late here. And, well, will he tower rush the center of the map? We will see. Straight out, what can we see out of him? This looks like skirmishers again. Remember, we don't have berries on this map, so everyone kind of needed to mill. Quite a big wall here by Tim. Over at that side, going double defensive archery ranges, not on gold. So that will be spearman skirms from home. A strategy that we don't see too often. And FedEx now even going for a barracks in the middle of the map. Let's take a look here. Yeah. Just has stone for 4 towers. And he's actually going for the pocket. Oh god. That's not a viable strategy. And what is he trashing now? An unimportant gold spot? Used up mill? We will see. Let's take a quick look at what does CL see. He didn't even scout FedEx. But he is scared. He is warning himself. Now first tower's coming up. Could be more efficient than I thought. Oh, CL lost his scout early on, or what? Ah, seems like it. Okay. But now should get the bad news. Already moving some of his wood villagers over though. Same time, Eddie around. Tim now going for the first aggression. And Eddie with 5 on stone. What are we seeing? Why would you ever send 5 on stone at this spot? This is such a weird decision. Okay. TL, now with the defensive tower. On the other side we have the aggression. Skirm against Skirm war. We're just trying to do something, but obviously very hurt from before. Defensive tower by Lan. This looks pretty solid. Fighting this off, and Lan, I believe, should be the winning player here over at that side. Same time, Eddie still trying to wall. Getting his defensive towers up, and the tower rush of FedEx continues. Actually, that aggressive. But he is even in the range of the TC. Until further back would have really helped out here. Seems like CL will be in a quite a solid spot though, and is around with his scouts. And this feels like an overtop of FedEx here. So maybe the scouts in the long run can do some damage. 4 scouts out now. Eddie trying to come around, and we have the team play. Oh, and that house actually got up as well, so only 1 villager will die. Quite a nice job for sure. ICL. Oh, 1 loss. But that's kind of fine against 4 scouts, 2 spearmen. The walls were reasonable. On the other side, TaToH now 4 villagers behind. Yeah, yes, wheelbarrow against no wheelbarrow, but Lan with a nice hold here. Defensive tower needs to be built by TaToH. Is he actually on stone? I don't think so. Has some skirmishes out, but they won't do too much. Defensive tower up here and Lan in a fine position. Oh, and that was an evil double that FedEx didn't really see coming in. That's a big problem. That Eddie went on to defensive towers that early on. Completely unforced. I think he should have stayed on much more army. Keep up the aggression. Have the intel and tell his teammates what's going on instead of towering himself. Now Lan coming around, trying to do some damage against CL. It should be pretty nice, unless CL gets 1 or 2 defensive towers up himself. Ready with his Bloodline Scouts. Those Spearmen still have some reasonable HP. CL around as well. Take a look, Eddie maybe should focus down the Spearmen. Scouts are around, should do some damage. Let's take a look. Spearmen still around, but they are very low HP. If Eddie focuses those down, he is in a fine spot. FedEx in a world of trouble though. Lost 3 villagers, I believe here. Yeah. Trying to fight back. Eddie in a somewhat reasonable position, and this will get cleared up eventually, I believe. Eddie is trying to micro quite a bit. This works out quite nicely. Let's take a look at the engagement over here at the top, and TaToH is trying to defend land with fletching, getting some aggression done, but not too important. Land is running. He has quite a solid eco, and Hunt obviously plays so nicely in those spots. Quite a lot of villagers on gold. Is he already thinking about going up? Doesn't look too poorly. Interesting house by Eddie here. In absolutely no man's land. And yeah, as I said, I don't like the early tower up by Eddie here. But, well, it's easy to say. Obviously, you're quite scared. If you faced him with Marians, he can just wreck you so easily, so... But the problem is that your teammate is then super open, will lose more and more villagers. I think he should just go to the further back indeed, and that's just 2 more villager kills. Look at that, he even acts before pulling back the villagers. That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. And land is getting cleared up here as well. The first one on the way to Castle H, or actually Eddie is the first one. So... maybe they have a timing where they can do mass amount of damage with some knights. I'm curious to see that. Archer's still around. Tim can maybe do some more damage if he sneaks around over here. FedEx, let's take a look at his stone count. Oh, doesn't really have enough to build another defensive tower though. Maybe lose some more villagers here. 1 more down. And that will be another 2. Will it be 2? 23 HP? Oh, yes. Sweet stuff. At the same time, Tim is completely walled over here. Would have loved to see a gate or 2. Those would have just went down as well. Pop, or only 30 villagers here for FedEx, and he is in a world of trouble. Land now slowly sending over some skirmishers. That won't really matter too much. And look at FedEx losing villager after villager. He is not having the greatest game here. CL up, TaToH up, and Tim up. So we will have 3 against 2 players in Castle H pretty soon. FedEx still miles away, and he will probably get the first place when it comes to staying in Feudal Age the longest. Eddie could even use another tower over here, if you ask me. Is somewhat raidable. 100 STC as well. Lose 2 villagers under STC. Why? That should never ever happen. And is now going for the sneaky attack here. Japanese knight siege forward from the side. Something we don't see too often. But yeah, obviously 1 or 2 good mangonel shots here could flatten out that wood line quite nicely. Hearttt is still so annoying, and FedEx has no answer to that. I think he really needs to rush out defensive towers at his woodline as well. Maybe at the farms. Yeah, that's good. That's good. At the same time, Lan can still do some damage against TaToH. What is TaToH actually going for? Still 2 archer ranges, so maybe mass skirms would really be the saving grace. I think Lan should go for CA and try to go for the massive raids all around. At the moment, as you can see, Tim actually sending away all his archers. Quite a nice move. Just wants to not lose them before getting Crossman and Botkin arrow in, and then we'll send them in again. At the same time, the Mangonel push goes in, and Eddie! He will be happy with how this is going so far. Might lose a Mangonel though. Let's take a look. Denying that. TC really was nice for him. Not losing a Mangonel. Oh, and now losing a lot of HP on those knights. Even lost the scout. Mangonel's still active, but might even lose 2 Mangonels if he doesn't take care this knight. Oh, didn't quite click on the Mangonel here. At the same time, some more losses at his farms. Not the greatest eco for him at the moment. Trying to rush out the TC. And those crossmen in the back here. And yeah, TaToH and Mr. Tim. Now pretty annoying here against Lan and Eddie. Quite a beautiful play by China A. Did I hear some villagers die? Where? Where? Oh, over here at the top. And that's a nice raid by Lan, so he's still pretty active. And he is obviously the saving grace at the moment for the Dreamers. They want to keep dreaming, but FedEx not giving them a lot of hope. Tim? Well, what happened here? Didn't he go for Botkin arrow? Was that cancelled? Why does he only have +1? Interesting. And FedEx now clicking up to Castle Age as well without having villagers on gold. So kind of sold some resources here. So some villagers in the middle of the map. Ostmen coming over and they will snag 3-4 villagers as well. Let's see about that. We'll lose some villagers at the farm at the same time. Will be a tough game for FedEx. 2 down, 3 down. And FedEx is not really reacting. Just waiting for the next X. Oh, and that tower, I believe that tower won't go up if TaToH is focusing on it. But he is not, so... Okay, that was lucky for FedEx. Lan, still without bloodlines, but that's a lot of CA, and they will do quite a lot of nice damage. Now clearing up all the towers here is Mr. CL. Eddie's coming over with the Sham Knights. Should maybe focus on Tim though, who's now even at pop 90 with 36 military. We're not to 35 now. And well, that's a beautiful spot to camp in as well. At the moment, 35 villagers, 25 of them idle for Mr. FedEx. And well, that's probably the most efficient eco he has at the moment. Not the greatest spot for him. Well, could get some converts against Eddie himself. Beating the man with his own weapons. And indeed, that's what's happening. Eddie, just coming back. Crossman doing some damage over here. Or are they? Not really. Need to go back quite a bit. Okay. Lan, still the guy who kind of needs to carry, but isn't that far ahead when it comes to villagers. Military count is quite nice for him. FedEx at 0 military. We have a combined 38 to a combined 70 military. No bloodlines still for Lan, but now building the stable. Sending in some CAs to the back, trying to clear up some goats. Magna will be out, and finally FedEx is getting into a spot where he can breathe again. Didn't even clear it with one shot. Scouts of CL still out. Not that that matters too much. That tower is cleared up, trying to go for the boom out of the pocket position now. We'll have 4% CCs running. This looks pretty good for CL at the same time. Eddie is completely shut down with his forward here. Why are we still looking so good in this game here for the Dreamers? Is it still Lan who is even behind him pop against TaToH, who's now leading in score? Looks like it. Lan taking an occasion engagement. I think he could have waited for the rest of his CA as well to just take a little more damage, a little bit less damage there. But well, it was still fine. But CAs pretty active over that side, and yeah, at some point it's tough to really find good wood spots for your left. Really nice ground attack here. And the siege workshop by Tim now up as well. Tim just running. Not trying to mic through against the Mangano. Some damage done against the Mangano again. Oh, even deleting his Eagle Warrior there. Didn't want to get converted. Oh, can he get that Mangonel? 2 more hits needed, 1 more hit, and indeed he gets it before dying. That's a pretty nice trade-off for Tim here. who's now heading score of his enemy as well. The only guy still active and fighting is Mr. Lan. Well, actually fighting what everyone is doing. Eddie kind of going for the boom as well. But if he converts at the front, his eco isn't really on par. More of the micro, not of the macro player. And that looks like a forward caster to me. Let's take a look at that. Eddie, 651 stone. Master of math. Questions, where will he build that castle? I don't really see it being too efficient over here. I think he might even... over here would be so much better. What is this really achieving? Blocking some farms, killing some archery rangers. Again, very late wheelbarrow by him. I think he should have pressured more in the center. Especially because Lan has such a big army presence around. But the question is, did they really know that? Coinage now for TaToH, so they will go into the Viking sling. Tim trying to send in crossbowmen, but not pulling back the villagers. That will be some losses for him. Nice shot by Lan, getting out in time. TL on the way to Imperial Age though. Let's take a look at his transition. And he will just go for more stables. What happened here? Oh, probably a message in TeamSpeak or something. Not 100% sure. TaToH now slinging our Persian pocket player, who will go for mass knights, mass cavaliers. And in the game before, we said, Paladin's not that great anymore. But there he was facing an Indian pocket. This time he's facing an Inca pocket with, yeah, half the villagers, or well, not really half the villagers, but significantly less developing, and he's slinging as well. So no real counter to the mass cavaliers of the Persian players. Maybe even paladins coming around. Lan still getting in the kills though. Look at that, he has 90 kills. His combined teammates in the 70s, now 80s. So now I know why I thought like, oh, didn't he just have 50? And then suddenly he jumped to 60, Mr. Eddie. That's why. TaToH also going for the bad sling, and yeah. By the way, guys, small spoiler alert, I will start a YouTube series. Advanced expert tricks that even the top players in the world aren't using, and will explain why the sling they're doing at the moment is so bad, and will give you some more intel about that. And we'll already have like 4 or 5 ideas of those videos, and yeah, pretty excited for that series. Will be YouTube exclusive, obviously. Eddie now going for coinage as well, trying to go for the triple sling on our Han player, or double sling. Tim going for Imperial Age though, and he can just roll over Eddie then. Uh-oh, and losing quite a bit of CA. 98.6% of top players never heard of. Well, I think even more. Honestly, I have a trick that I've never ever seen used before. And some smaller tricks that aren't getting used by a lot of top players even. So yeah, I think it has quite a lot of potential. Nearly sell out indeed. I think there's at least one that probably no one has ever heard of. That's maybe too tough, but I would be surprised if more than 3 people in the whole chat now heard of. And I've never seen it used before. And I think it could be groundbreaking, guys. Stay tuned. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe. Okay, now getting some converts in. Here is Eddie, or is he? Well, one convert And that's it for now. Now we see the big raid into a guy who is only slinging, so that will be interesting. Cavaliers now from land. This will be the two guys who will decide the game. Population is kind of evening out even. Land, can he maybe make it happen? We have both paladin upgrades at a pretty similar time, and that will be some massive raids. Obviously the big advantage here for CL will be that he could add some camels as well, fight off against all the upcoming paladin raids, and indeed he's going for that. So great job by him. He's going for more aggression towards the middle, trying to go for more wood. Did kill the starting TC here of FedEx, and now it will be all CL against LAN. Quite an interesting war. 20 more pop at the moment for CL. The sling should be a bit better from TaToH than the sling from FedEx should be. TaToH even getting a defensive castle out. He's going for some defensive pikemen though. Not 100% sure if that is the best option, or if he maybe should have just continued the sling and hope that CL will one day come over with some camels. That raid is getting cleared up, and now Eddie is doing what Eddie does best: monks and stone walls. But Tim's doing what Tim does best: killing nerds in the internet. Oh, nice mango shot number 1, nice mango shot number 2. And that's a nice damage here. And oi, 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 oi. Eddie has to be happy with that. Land, now nice numbers. Let's take a look. The 40 military for him, but 53 for CL. 4-4 upgrade against 1-4. Plus 2 only now coming for land. Maybe he can block all the gold spots. Let's take a look. 2 converts could be really helpful, but that's a lot of camels around as well. When will the YouTube series begin? I don't really know. I will do the editing of the video tomorrow, and then we'll upload it whenever there's nothing else I can upload. So earliest is the Monday in 9 days, but very unlikely. Might be a bit later. I might queue up some videos and then get some out every week, but we'll see about that. Looking for more walls. I love the idea behind that the slingers are trying to get the full map control by walling, but honestly, if you already have traps knocking down your starting TC, the other player already lost his starting TC, doesn't really matter to have some control over the middle there. Or is it even control? I'm not 100% sure. CL trying to group up with some more camels, and that's quite a bit sling here by Mr. TaToH. And yeah, I think he will hold this. Now some raids into the base of land. Who's at pop 170? Basically maxed out is Mr. CL. Tim is Imperial Age as well. We don't... yeah. I have to forget about that. Camels, well, slightly outnumbered. That's an even fight, I would say, but more camels coming over, and that means CL will clear this up quite nicely. And FedEx, with all the troubles he had, is calling the GG first. 49-minute game here. China A, very dominant again. TaToH had some problems against land, but Eddie with his defensive towers kind of forced FedEx to die. Didn't really do a lot with his scouts. Tim, beautiful aggressive play. CL with the defense, and FedEx with a way too late forward there out of the pocket position. Didn't like that at all, how late he moved out there. It rushed, and like the first tower was at minute 13 and far away from anything important. Not the greatest thing ever here by FedEx and Eddie. But LAN really showed how to defend a forward there. Skirm against Skirm, did pull a lot of villagers. Obviously TaToH, -1 villager, no scout, ran into 2 lines. That's not the greatest scenario to be in, but still. And then with his CA, made quite something happen. Was aggressive with his paladins, gave his team quite a nice shot to maybe take this game, equal it out, but not this time. Not this time. Let's take a look at the map, and then we will take a look at the TIFF after that. Yeah, I think Rob was right. I think this is the order they chose. So map number 1. The Art of Troll. Hello. Donut. Do or donut? And scroll back when they chose maps. I did, and I couldn't see it anymore. It was too much new text. So TIFF piggies. We don't have Mayans anymore. We don't have Persians anymore. No more Vikings. On the other side we have Japanese, Huns, and Incas. FedEx. So now Donut. One of the more wallable maps, I'd say. So we could go, or like, the pocket is pretty defended as well. Don't really like adjects too much, but I got heavily punished by that. I think that could be another good map for Koreans. I think it's not the Chinese map. I think Portuguese could be good here. I think China will pick Malians though. I think they will go for their strong civilizations here. Like Aztecs, Malians, Turks or something. On the other side, Dreamers, they kind of have to pick strong civilizations now, otherwise they're out. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Slav, Ethiopian, Mongols or something. Something like that. Oh, we will see. Pretty soon. We'll leave one more game, and then I will treat myself with some sugar water. I know one is favoring China, even though they made it further than SY in Nations Cup. It's a different team, maybe. I was thinking on Kumabilis elephants. Wouldn't that be great? It's tough to wall. Tricky situation. Pick strong TIFF to stay in qualifier, but risk bad TIFF later to win. Well, that's kind of what you have to do, right? Maybe Single Elephant and Flood Knights. It's not that easy to wall, but yeah, that would be a nice strategy for aces. They don't have Joffrey, SY. They are playing with Lux, Vivi, Yo, and Paladin. A lot of interesting discussion points there for you guys. Speculate started. Elephant archer, ballista elephants, and person elephants, war elephants. Yeah. In the next 48-hour stream, nearly. I never did a 48-hour stream, and there's a chance that I will never do one. We'll see about that. You won't believe it, but it's exhausting. And my last 44-hour stream, I really felt bad at the end. Like, I had like itching eyes. My nerve system was really weird, and it was not super pleasant. Fancy haircut. I hate my hair at the moment, but thanks, I guess. Unless you're trolling, then. How old are you? Nearly 30. And welcome guys to game number 3. It is still the same lineups here for China A and the Dreamers, TaToH, Tim and CL playing against Eddie, Lan and FedEx. We have the Slavs for Mr. Eddie. We have Lan as a part of pocket position there with Mongols, and Celts for FedEx. So somewhat close to what I predicted. And we have Tim with the Malians. We have Turks for TaToH and Aztecs for CL, I believe. Wasn't that exactly what I predicted? I predicted 5 out of 6 civilizations. Ay, 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 ay. How good am I? Okay, let's quickly go to Stray Dog. If he loses a villager on his hunter, we need to be there from the start. Ah, yeah, this looks good to not lose a villager. Feels bad, man. Okay, maybe he learns. Are those 200 wood stragglers? I believe so. Ow, bub trees. Grab a glass of wine with your special guest. Who's my special guest? Do I have a special guest that I don't know of? That actually looks pretty nice. I'm not sure if I really like the new terrain that I have since I reinstalled Woobly this morning. I like the rhino sound as well. Take a look. Oh, second rhino, quite far away. Oopsie, Eddie. Maniano. Did TaToH not see that rhino? Oh, he did. Oh, he already puts a goat in. Maybe there's a chance of a failed block here. I think he's too good for that. Could run back the rhino. It's only one shot, right? Okay. Feels bad, man. No villager losses this time. Unless Eddie can provide something. No, not really. Okay. Trying to wall off that mace. Actually quite wallable here. If I was Tim, I would just try to wall it off. compared to that, which is tougher to wall. Oh, he has 2 houses. This is Tim will wall this. Tim will wall this off. Interesting. Gonna love that. The other side. Not really wallable. ICL. And FedEx, aggression, run to vault. They checked him, he's 2 volts behind. He was 2 volts behind quite early on. He loomed very early. And it's against ads tags. Like, at least that's what I told myself. When I compared them. Yeah, I was surprised as well. But he didn't lose anything. Oh. Valea, con un dog. Terdo hijo de puta! You know what I'm saying. So. Hijo de puta! Mr. Tim. Miss open. Yeah, that's true. Can still get in here. But he has a scout, so he could maybe scout this. Oh, but getting some hits from the militia. Ah, we will see. Eddie does what Eddie does best. They're playing it like hideout. They will lose partnership for swearing. That's international casting, guys. That's not swearing. Trying to communicate with South Americans. You have to know words like those. TaToH scouting this off. What is TaToH actually going for? Scouts? And he's sending scouts? Oh, please tell me he's going for a demo. Please tell me he's going for a demo. Oh, he's not. Just think about a demo over here. It could have been it could be a masterpiece. Guys. 70%. The tower could maybe not go up. He could maybe deny that. I think he's. Oh god. Will be so close. This will be so close. 80%. Will he get 4 villagers and 3 M&A? They're all going at the same spot. The demo needs to go out. No. Rush. No. He screwed up. Oh. Yeah, 2. Oh. I could have been the happiest hippo streaming on this channel. Oh. Okay, well, let's continue to see what's going on. Eddie, what is that? Oh, sling. Okay, Eddie is slinging. Lan is slinging. No, he's going castlate. Oh, no, Eddie is going FC as well, but without a blacksmith. What is this? FC? On this map? It's not what map intended. Okay, now archers and scouts trying to follow this, and FedEx in a world of trouble. Yeah, bah, indeed. Mataron, otra vez! Ojito de puta! Uno tequila, por favor! Eddie says he's going for archers. What is Eddie doing? What is his game plan? Is he just booming? Makes very little sense. And, well, archers, they can still get in! Like, it's open! At least this villager is open. Aye. One siege with Slav and 6 on gold. Maybe, but without any forward villagers. Just so bad. And archers could just position themselves over here. This is so bad. Yeah, maybe they confused the tournament. Let your teammate die. At least Eddie looked so good in this one. What are those villagers doing now? Let me take a look. Is there an option? Archer can go in over here. Ah, no, he's stuck. So, yeah, those villagers are super safe. Good job by FedEx. Defensive castle now. Lan is going for some knights. 1 TC. And Eddie is going for BoA, Siege Workshop. 1 extra TC as well. TL is going castle though. Aztecs, he will have solid Eagle Warriors if he wants to go for them. Or maybe monks himself. Oh, that demo ref could have been the craziest thing ever. Feels bad, man. Yeah, those two M&A did nothing anyways. There you go. Can he maybe get some villager snipes? Could be an option, especially because he's Turks and is getting castle age pretty soon. And some light cap could really eat those villagers alive. FedEx Titanic? Yeah, but he played great game number 1 and... Oh, wait. But game number 2 he... Oh, no. So, yeah, FedEx Titanic. Badly. CL now with archers. They could just completely eliminate FedEx here. Hit him off all wood. And he's going for sling again. CL, no fletching this far. Still good for a villager kill. Light curve. What? Why is he? Let your teammate die. Oh god. Focusing. Oh god, he should never get a villager kill there. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, and now an archer from the inside. Oh god. Oh, poor FedEx. Oh, Tim advancing to the castle age. TaToH building 1 extra TC, 2 extra TCs. On the other side we have Tim going for blacksmith only now. 2 monasteries, so he will just go for monk defense. Maybe some eagle warriors as well. Let's take a look. And he is only on 1 spearman. So Eddie's aggression there won't really be the greatest thing ever. He's running for him though. Maybe that's an option. He just puts on some pressure. Sanctity, the first upgrade, so we'd have no redemption this far. Trumping upgrades coming in pretty soon. And getting the defensive tower up. So maybe that's an option for FedEx to control that area again. Oh, now some problems with the golds here though. Tim should actually have rated that a bit better early on. Oh, that's not a defensive tower, that's only a defensive outpost. What do we see from the forward over here? Tim, not too much. Redemption, now on the way for CL. And his defensive siege workshop by him as well. Eddie now going for atonement. But there's only 2 monasteries for him as well. And some light cav coming over. If they were over here, that would be so good. I need to pull some villagers. And FedEx a pro chess player. I believe he's super good. I'm not sure if he's a pro. Oh, Mangonel can snipe those scorpions, and indeed flatted 3, flatted 4, and now the monks are next. He has atonement, but well, kind of needs to run first. 3 monasteries for him now, going for atonement as well as Mr. CL. Ay. He's pro, okay. Well, he's Grandmaster. Is every Grandmaster a pro? Flatten that villager. Not really. Now atonement on the way, redemption as well. Converts should be coming in. Let's take a look. Mangonel is converted. Villager still without sanctity. As reading all those. Scout in no man's land. Seem to be quite interesting. Maybe scouting some of that area. Oh, and Knight actually of Tim doing some damage here. Although land was so close. But yet so far, some more losses here for FedEx. Again, 37 villagers for him. But villagers not too great for China A either. At the moment. Maybe Lan and Eddie can make something happen. Monk Rush continues, but Slav Monk Rush against Aztec Monk Rush. Something I haven't seen too often, and that's the reason why. Because Eagles are still pretty strong. Not even Castle Age. They do quite a bit of damage here against the monks. Let's take a look. One convert. Oh! Actually shot his own monk, but survived. And now the converted monk actually has 60 HP. Look at that! Am I confused? Oh no, it's back converted. No, what is this? Did he just change to Aztec monk after picking up the relic? I'm confused, guys. That was a converted monk, right? Tim, in the meanwhile, going for a castle. Where is this castle? Oh, only to part of this woodline here. And now going for some Javelos. I'm calling hacks. It is hacks, right? Felt so weird. Shall we rewatch the game from the start? Ah, sadly can't. Okay, well then let's just continue the series. Javelos, obviously not great against Magno shots. Oh, dodging, and now should go for the kill. I'm saying not great against Magno shots. Actually getting a villager, getting the Magno. Now losing some HP, or dodging quite nicely here as well. Blocking that villager, should kill the house and then run away. TL now going for the monk aggression to continue with. Actually, I think he shouldn't delete the siege workshop. TL now up to Imperial Age even. Eddie switching into light cav. Population a bit better for our international team, but the Chinese, they have all the aggression here. Let's take a look at military count. We have a solid mid-30s against 20. Another aggressive castle here, and that's towards the 2 gold spots of FedEx. Not much control for him left then. TL now switching on to Eagle Warriors, and then Elite Eagle Warriors will pretty surely follow up as well. And oh, that's a pretty sweet spot here by TaToH, denying those villagers from coming over. Those ones are very low HP though. FedEx not really happy with this map as it seems. And G to the G, knowing they will not be able to do too much. TaToH was going for Cavaliers, had the +4 coming his way as well. And this stream ended. This series ends 3-0, guys. China A. Oops, not 23, only 3. Is showing the world that they belong in the top 8 here. Let's take a look at the achievements. Not a lot of kills in a for a 30-minute game here for sure. FedEx, probably the unfortunate spot of this whole series. Sometimes putting himself in a bad spot, sometimes being forced in a bad spot. Wasn't the greatest day for him. Eddie, you king. DL king. Okay, so now